I've talked to them.
Okay.
They're sending me, yeah.
Beth,
Yes, ma'am.
call me.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, I think it is June I'm sorry. It's September 17th, 6 PM. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Do we stand even?
Put it on the agenda.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, all right, guys, thank you for being here tonight. As you know, this is the 2026 budget workshop, and I'm going to turn it over to the budget queen.
Okay. The thicker packet that you have in front of you is a detailed line item, line by line of each appropriation. If we start in the first column that has a title to it where it says Budget 2026, it's probably about in the middle.
Yep.
Okay. So we've got Budget 2026, what the budget was in 2025. We've got an estimate of 2025 actual, the actual through June of 2025, and then we've got actual 2024, 23, 22, and 21. So I put this together just so we could kind of see historically what we've spent in each of those categories, what we're proposing to spend, what the differences are. And then your legal size sheet, I summarized what's in dark green on the big sheet. So for instance, the clerk treasurer budget in 2025 was $254,115. I'm proposing $260,780 for 2026. And most of that $7,000 increase is, I put some money in there for Boyce, which is our accounting software and timekeeping software. They've been purchased by another software company, so we're anticipating a conversion next year to go to the new company. So I've done that for each of the departments all the way down and kind of summarize what the big changes were. And I don't know if you guys want to go over this one or if you want to go to the big one line by line, or if you want me to.
Or do you have concerns you want to talk about, or?
I know this is the first time you guys are seeing this, so.
Right. Yeah.
So the legal sheet, Becky, matches up to the dark green on the
Yes.
8.5 by 11.
Yes. Yes.
So, I mean, one of the things I want to ask really quick is,
Yes.
if we go on page 2, Board of Works at the bottom, every year it looks like engineering was $0, but last year was 5,000. Is there a reason?
Well, you want me to take that back?
Yes.
So generally, we pull engineering out of professional services out of the riverboat.
Right.
But since Becky's trying to wean us off the riverboat, rightfully so, we had engineering in Board of Works, which is civil. We also had it in local roads and streets, and we had it in MVH, correct? Weren't those the 3? I think so. I'm doing this off the top of my head, but I think that, and I think you've put it in local road and streets.
We put everything in local road and streets.
Right.
This
So
time, this year.
We're trying to streamline it, Aaron, so like, take Nate over in the Civil City Board of Works.
Right.
He knows where to pull it from when he codes it for Becky. Instead of having to pull it out of 3 different spots, we're trying to make it an easier process for everybody. So you'll see we've cleaned up a couple of those.
Yeah.
Gone to 0. And the goal is you're going to take them off the sheet eventually, right? Just to,
Yes, yes.
right.
Becky, can I,
Mhm.
on Riverboat, and again, if I'm jumping ahead, just
That's
tell
in
me.
the back, guys. Almost
No, go
last
right
page.
Well, no, you don't, well, we don't have to go there, I just.
Well, if you ask a question, tell them what page you're on.
No, I'm not on a page, I was just a general
General
question, Riverboat.
Gotcha.
Do we use Riverboat for our operations?
Yes,
Currently?
yes.
Okay. I did
What
not know
operations?
Hmm. MS4,
Well,
looking at spending like 65,000.
right. Well, that was
Legal.
because we had to seed it for the first time.
Legal fees, we're looking at about 62,000. Miscellaneous professionals, engineering, that kind of stuff is about
Yeah, but
68,000.
so Mike, I take your question, do we use it to fund the police or fund our civil city or utilities? The answer, I would say is no.
No.
So
I would-
when you say
Right.
attorneys, though, shouldn't that come out of some department or something like that?
Well, we had,
Sorry, what was the question?
This, what we've spent out of this legal, I guess it's not really operation. That 61,000 is mostly
Shoop,
legal, yes, not related to Anthony.
yeah, so that is.
Oh, so it's legal related to MS4?
No, it was Shoop for contract negotiations.
Oh, I see what you're
Okay.
saying.
And it comes up every third year or so.
Frost Brown was in there,
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
and a settlement, yeah.
Well, I should brought my glasses.
What's that?
I should brought my glasses.
I had
Hey,
to pull mine out.
page 3, Becky, I'm looking at the general insurance, up top, about third line down, insurance, civil city, general. And it looks like we have not gone over $200,000 for any time. Why are we at budget at 225?
Well, my gut was Andy Sheff is gone.
Things are gonna go south.
And we have not done a thorough review well, Andy came in, what, early 2024?
Yeah.
Is that when he came in and did a full review with us? So we're due to get a full insurance, global, general liability,
Okay.
vehicles, the whole. So I did pad that a little bit.
Okay.
Becky, what are we?
Realistically, it's not going to be that high, but I was,
Well, the only reason I say that is, it looks like we could probably, save $50,000 just right there, because we never gone over 100, I don't think it's 100 and, maybe these things gotta be bigger.
I'll take 50 off. How's that?
You don't have to, if you,
Well,
no, I'm just
I
saying,
d- I was being a little aggressive there. I was gloom and dooming that day.
and I'm
I
okay to
guess.
be a little aggressive, I'm just saying if we needed to shave some things,
Yes.
that could be one of them we might be able to shave a little bit off of.
I think you're within your,
Yes.
you're within your numbers right now, correct?
Yes. Total general is
Done well. Audit.
almost 11,000 lower than last year.
Right. Then keep it in there, if you, I mean, especially if you think we're gonna do another review this year, it might jump up, and then you got it. It was just a question.
Yeah.
We saw a 14% increase in ours. That's what it worked out to be when I budgeted.
Yeah. Workman's
I
comp
don't
went up
think that's
a-
unusual.
quite a bit this year.
Yeah. And underwriting's tighter than it's ever been.
Yes. And that was my worry. If we get a full review, we
Yeah.
might find some things.
Well, you guys want, you wanna jump to Riverboat and?
That,
I'm still
Well,
Gandering.
you are, you're gonna have to just.
gander at home.
Yeah, take those tapes. I hate to be that way, but, so Becky and I, I hate to call it the mayor's pet project, but I think two things that have come to light in our 18, 20 months or whatever we've been doing this is that Greendale needs a GIS system, and that really became apparent. This was during the day at 1:30 in Valley Woods, where our young water crew spent 2.5 hours looking for valves to shut the water off. As we watched 500,000 gallons of water go over the dam. So the idea behind the GIS system, it it would be in tablet form, Steve Lampert was always in paper form and always had his maps. But these guys would be able to go out there and take a tablet and find valves and whatnot, if there's a gas line to avoid that. As
It's a map.
it's a GIS mapping system, yes.
Got it, okay.
Yeah. And Aurora has a full-time guy working this. Lawrenceburg is paid to have theirs done, and we are way behind 8 ball. In fact, Sean Gaitis made it very clear when he was hired 7 years ago that he was supposed to have this incorporated, but it's never happened.
There was some done, I think when we bought the Esri program, which was a GIS mapping system, I want to say 22, 23. We
What is
did
it,
not.
Esri?
Esri, ESRI. We did not renew it in 2025.
So
But we have the Trimble,
Yeah,
we
Trimble,
have
which
the
is the
equipment
handheld.
that,
So the goal is to get this up and running, try to make that our priority next year. We're gonna share it among electric, water, sewer, and stormwater, and seed it a little bit with the riverboat is, I think, our goal. So that's project number 1. Project number 2 is our outdated codes and ordinances, which are just antiquated to the point where we haven't. When was the last time anything was uploaded to American Legal?
I think 2019.
2019. So you can't even go on our website and look at any codes after 2019. And we don't print anymore, we don't print the book anymore. As you're one of the last dinosaurs that wouldn't have had a book, right?
I still use a checkbook register.
Yeah, so we need, Becky and I kind of feel those are the 2 things that we need to bring up to speed.
Well, how much is, what's this GIS gonna run?
Honestly, we're getting prices right now, I don't even know, Beck, do you?
I have no idea.
Well, I have no idea, approximate.
No, we're-
IMPA, on a redevelopment meeting last night for the GLP property, the old casino property down there, the
Right.
50-some odd acres. They, somehow with Mike Perleberg, IMPA did that GIS for us to help us market that property. They did it for free, and they got it done, and it was amazing, the detail in that. And I don't know how, in this day and age, we need the GIS, because even I've talked to some of the guys over the past, since I've been on the board, and they said it'd be easier for them to have an iPad going out there and looking for and knowing where everything is versus somebody trying to find a piece of paper, or having to come back into the office for a paper or something like that.
Well, that's right. I mean, when they get called out on a water leak at 2 in the morning, they grab their iPad or tablet and they head out instead of, okay, well, we got finding the water leak, then having to come back here and go through all the flat files and then go back out. Plus you have to realize our working foreman in water, he's 28 years old. That's how he thinks. They think differently than the dinosaurs.
But that's the way it should be going forward.
That's right. So,
Well, there's gotta be cost savings, I would imagine, too, just labor, if you're wasting 5, 6, 7 hours trying to find something,
And
you
then
could
there's
find-
that much water being wasted.
Yeah, and you're wasting that much water,
yeah, it was flown over, yes, it was a mess.
Vince, and again, Mooch isn't here, so I can't speak for redevelopment, but, I'm wondering if redevelopment could help in that, because that's gonna,
That's a huge quality of life issue.
well, it's not only quite a life, but you're gonna do pieces down, where we're gonna market and get TIF income. And can you imagine what the old Shenley place looks like?
I don't want to.
I mean,
It's abomination.
I can't imagine,
Okay.
but, yeah.
Okay, well, that's one, and the second one is codes and ordinances. As we all know, they are.
So what are we thinking about doing? I mean, obviously, we had talked when we started updating the UDO about, hey, what could we do about the other ordinances with some of the
Right.
people we've
Well,
already
we didn't want
worked
to do
with?
anything until we had the UDO in place,
Right.
right? Because that trumps them all.
Right.
And one of the prices that was thrown out was 100 grand.
I was gonna say, I know that we got some pricing, but I couldn't remember what it was.
It was about
Was
100.
that, who was that? Do you remember?
Osana Pol,
Yeah, yep, I know who you're talking about, yep.
yeah.
And that 100 grand takes it from A to Z.
I think it took it from A to Z less UDO. That sound about right?
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I think it did.
I mean, that's probably a no-brainer.
In my mind, it's a no-brainer because it's going to be,
Well, and the thing is, when we try to tell people to go look at our ordinances, when
Yeah,
they
you
got nowhere to look.
Right.
you
And
know.
it's not like that, but no matter how good your code enforcer is, no matter how good we can be at communicating and looking things up, when someone calls you about, you know, can I have a turkey living in my backyard? I can't find the answer. You know, like, I want to say no, but like, who knows if it's in there or not? You know, like, and how many years ago was that, Vince? 4 years ago, we bought computers to sit in here so that anybody off the street could come in and look at our ordinances and, you know, just so we had, you know, like the ability to be able to get online if you didn't have it at your house. What are they looking at?
Nothing.
We had computers here on
I mean,
site.
that was purchased, well, that was 4 years ago.
Laptops, wasn't it?
Was it laptops?
I think it was a laptop.
It was supposed to be a laptop that lived here, that anybody from off the street, I mean, not anybody, but anybody could come in and request, can I pull up ordinance on bicycle helmets? I don't know, whatever. And then they could look through the code.
That should be online.
It is
Well,
online, but I'm saying if they didn't
If
have
they didn't
access to
have-
online at
Oh,
home.
gotcha.
So that's why, because some people had said, oh, well, I don't use the computer, could I come up to the admin building or administration building and have access? So we said, yeah, we'll provide a computer up here that you could use.
I don't know if it was ever bought. I can't tell you it was ever bought that
I don't remember that either. I mean, I
mean,
remember the discussion,
that?
I don't remember if we went forward.
I-
I think our thought process for that was they can go down to the library and get on the internet.
Right.
I mean, we do have a generic login for this computer, if somebody wanted to
Yeah, I'm
come
not,
in.
and it's not like that we're gonna broadcast that, especially when they're gonna get on and see the same ordinances that we see.
We did.
Becky, back to the,
Yeah.
are we, I know you said
You know
our-
what I'm saying.
we're spending a little bit less, budgeted a little bit less than we're budgeted this year.
Yes.
But what about our income?
We're projected to get, what, 14,000 more than this year.
So a swing of,
176,000 less than what we should have.
Yes.
no, say it again, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It was going to, we are getting 176,000 less than what was proposed,
Because of the HB one, or
Senate Bill 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
House, Senate bill.
But it's
But-
still 17,000 more than last year.
It's 14,000 more.
14.
14.
Okay.
So the 11 on the positive, 11 on the negative, and, so it's a $25,000. Okay.
We gave Becky almost an impossible task to cut. She's got a lot out of it now. She's done a great job. She put a lot of hours in it, guys. I mean, a ton.
Thank you.
And she has fretted about it. You don't get to use that word very often, but she has.
It's mind-numbing work, I know that. So, and we also get money back for the 911 interlocal,
Yes,
Right.
so,
or a
That was-
decrease in cost, or whatever it was.
yes, so the agreement was renegotiated.
Okay,
So yes, it's
so that's
a
good.
lot less than we thought it was going to be.
And that was tacked on, like we had so many years and, right? Is that how we did
Well,
it?
We're gonna pay through 27 now, so
Okay,
we signed 25, 26, and 27.
Yes.
Because in 28, there's gonna be a whole new set of rules come out it's gonna turn Indiana on its head again. And the problem with that is, we're gonna be taxing our residents, and we will be implementing taxes. And a lot of the taxes are safety lit, right? And
All right.
28% of Dearborn County leaves the county every day, so we won't capture that money. Dearborn County is gonna get hammered on these new laws, because
Yeah.
we are not going to be able to capture that money. Because if they go working somewhere that has it, they pay it over there, then they can't pay it over here. Does that make sense? We have a mass exodus versus an egress versus an ingress. So,
Yeah, I think we're gonna see some consolidation for sure.
yeah. So,
And so I would like to add some riverboat money in for the ordinance coding.
okay,
And yes, on the GIS.
yeah.
I don't think we'll need as much in GIS because we can split it with
We're
utilities.
gonna share it on the 4 utilities, which it should be, because that's the idea, right? We're gonna need a little seed money to get started, right?
And Becky, what did you do with yours, Vince, and the council's pay?
Oh, everything is across the board 3%.
Okay.
With the exception of the park board, Linda requested 0 increase for the park board.
Why?
She sees it as a giving back, it's
Okay.
just who she is.
Okay.
Civic duty, I don't know what the word.
And did the park board ask for that reduction in facility repair,
Yes.
or is that, okay.
So we had budgeted the cabin, we redid the floors and painting.
I will tell you this, her big project in 26 is the water feature in the pool. It's, I don't know if you can use the word structurally failing, but it's got some concerns, age, rust, all that, so they're looking to replace that this year. That's gonna be her big ticket item.
What's our annual net on the pool? I know, I'm assuming it's a money loser.
It is quality of life.
And that's okay, yeah, what,
Amenity.
how much?
I don't remember
Uh,
off
don't
the
either.
top.
I don't
Okay,
know off the top
okay.
of my head.
Okay.
I remember us talking
Like
about
40,
it.
40, is it 40,000, or is it more than that?
It's,
Does that number
It's
sound?
probably more than that.
it's a, yeah, I remember.
It's a lot. But I'll tell you what, nothing makes you smile more than when you drive by it in the summer and it's jam-packed and you feel like you did one thing right.
And we did have a meeting with the police department today. They are asking for an increase in their longevity pay.
Is that the one that's highlighted?
Yes, yes.
So, can I,
Page 5.
can I jump
Oh,
in
yeah,
here
go
for a
ahead.
minute? Yeah, so Greendale used to be the place in the county to work for. Lawrenceburg got a 10% increase last year. Aurora's actually raised their game. The state police has just jumped a ton, for lack of better words, to the point where they're stealing everybody.
Well, sure, I would go there too.
Yeah.
And there's no reason, I mean, it's,
Well, Isaac Vide, we met with him today, and Isaac had a good point. We haven't pulled an established officer to Greendale in the last several hires. Meaning we have to send them to the academy, so that's 16 weeks, we gotta pay for the academy, we gotta pay for them we employ them while they're there. Then there's the waiting period, there's all kinds of expenses that come with this. So there's that issue, and I think longevity is deserved, so,
Then you lose them in 2 years after you invested in them.
right,
Right.
because we don't contract them. We don't
Right.
make them sign a contract, hey, we're gonna put all this money into you, if you leave early, like we do with our CDL training, you know, if we train you on a CDL, you have to work 2 years before you owe us the money back.
is there a reason why we don't do that?
You know what, we didn't get to that point,
Does the industry not do it?
the contracting with the police, why we don't make them sign a contract.
We talked about it a little bit in, was it Austin Boggs? He said that would deter people even more.
Right.
Well, if we're trying to recruit, that might deter people, but we didn't really come to a conclusion on
You
that.
know,
That was his worry.
Of course, I mean, of course they're gonna say that. right? I mean, they're leveraging for themselves.
No, they are, you're right.
And which rightfully so, I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
That's where we probably need to find out ourselves through other departments what they do.
I will say though, this day and age, you don't got people knocking on your door trying to get into that field necessarily. It's not the easiest job.
No, we haven't. And while we're talking about the police,
Where'd it come?
Shane asked us about a raise as well. I don't know if you factored that in. Did you give him any more, do you remember,
It looks like
other than the 3%?
looks like a 3% to me.
I did a 3%. I didn't talk to him,
He sent us an email, you remember that?
no.
Okay. Well, his point was, he's got road officers making more money than he is.
That is a good point.
He really does. So I'd like to see more than 3% go to Shane. Shane is really an ambassador for Greendale. He's well-spoken, well, when you talk to him, he's knowledgeable, he's well-spoken. I know he doesn't like to speak in front of public, but he can sing well in front of the public. I think he's a great chief. I think he really is a great chief.
I
That's my-
attend CASA meetings with him every month.
Yeah,
It's
I-
like the Greendale rep,
Yeah.
and he's at every CASA meeting. He's repping Greendale. like,
He's also a huge supporter of Main Street and the events, and he loves when we come out to his events, all of us. Yeah, I agree.
So what's between
not
the
allowed to
two
sit next to
things
him
of
anymore
what you wanna do, Vince, and
Did
what
he
the
make a
police asked
recommendation
for?
on what he thought?
Well, he did, and it was a lot.
Sorry, what was that was
I'll
that?
tell you what, let me go find the email before I.
I asked if he had made a recommendation of what
was
he
a
would.
couple
Right, right,
like.
that makes more sense.
No.
If
I
we,
don't-
Just
no,
approve
I-
the salary
I'll go-
limits,
I'll go.
not-
I don't recall that at all, sorry.
Well, I think you gotta put it in the
You
budget.
gotta have the money in there to spend
Yeah.
it, but.
yeah, I mean, yeah, everything we put in the budget will then have to be,
Then we'll have to vote on it again on a salary ordinance separate from what this is.
so Beck, on page 12 and 13, all the yellow, what's going on there?
Yes. Those are TIF accounts that
Okay.
Mike and I are going to go over.
All right,
We hadn't had a chance to connect to go through those, but he has a really good handle on them. Basically, we budget the bond payments, the interest payments, and any projects that they are going to be doing for the year.
And I think, again, I'm not so familiar with this, but I think what Angie and Al did before is there's some report that we have to do to the state that Bob Swintz kind of does for us, but I think you have to say how much you're gonna spend of the money coming in. And what I've been told by Angie and Al, maybe Bob, is that the state doesn't wanna see it, you kind of inflate your numbers of spending, because they don't wanna see you bring in TIF and not
I
have
see
a
what you're saying.
plan. So I'll know more, because we bring in about 3 million a year in TIF. We have right now about 4 million, and 2 million of that is the money we set aside for the levy. And we'll set another 700,000 at the end of this year. And we spent about 1.8 million on bonds, the electrical loan, money we give to the school every year, about 300,000. And that's kind of the fixed things that go out.
Becky, the stellar match that we agreed to, is that in here specifically somewhere?
We need to add that as well.
Okay,
And how much,
I think it
We-
was 600,000, 650, I think.
Yeah, I think it's 650.
that- But I think that's over the 2-3 years of that. And I
So do
heard
we know, like,
redevelopment
year
might
one,
wanna
year
help
two?
with some of that, but I'm
Yeah.
not certain. Mooch isn't here.
do we know year one, year two, year three?
I don't. I think that
Of the six.
there's, and I'm just guessing stuff here, but I think we're gonna have to cover some expense early on before we actually get the funding from the state on that. So, like the engineering and design work that's coming up, like, I think we're gonna be covering the front end of that project. It's my understanding. I could be wrong, but,
Well, they usually work on that reimbursement model, so that would
Yeah.
make sense.
So I know Vince is, Mayor's been in some meetings and he might know a little better.
Something I told Becky when I first got in here, if you guys look under the riverboat on page 11, the very first line, she has Greendale redevelopment, 150. And if you remember, we said we, the council, would give 100,000 towards the levy.
Right.
So I told her out of that 150 OS redevelopment, we'll try to set aside 50 or 75 of that this year for that amount, and then we'll do it again next year. And if we can set the whole thing aside, then we'll do
Is
that.
that accurate? So full year 2025, we've only used $1,300 of that budget line?
Yeah, we don't, it's interesting, Riverboat, and again, guys, I'm learning this. At one point, when I first joined redevelopment, so this would be my 9th year, we were getting $500,000 from the council from Riverboat. But I didn't understand, if we didn't use it, it just kind of went back. So that's what we've done, and I know Mayor Weiss they decreased it down to 250 at one point, and Mayor Weiss then asked us, I think Becky and Vince were both on the board at that time, asked us for 50,000 for police and 50,000 for fire, because I think they were trying to get grants for either some equipment or a new engine.
I think we bought the restrooms we bought.
We
out
paid
of
for the
that,
restrooms at,
the
Homestead.
portable
thank you.
restrooms.
Yeah, so
Oh, yeah, it's
And I remember the stage.
Yeah.
Didn't we pay for,
we
or
paid
redevelopment paid for part of the
we paid for the
stage out of
stage.
that? Yeah.
So we don't really use it unless, it comes up and we said that. Very honestly, the train bridge over 50, there at the end of Obertine.
Freaks Auto Bridge.
What is it? Wow.
Freaks Auto Bridge.
Well, we've gotten to the bridge, we've gotten redevelopment, Mike Perlberg and them, we've talked to them. They're gonna allow us to put a sign on that if we want. So Mooch did some concepts. If I had those electronic, I'll send to him. It's really cool, both sides. It's not painted, it's panels. So he
Is it
said
like,
they.
does it say Greendale, or what was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it would welcome to Greendale.
Greendale.
We haven't talked to the CVB about maybe asking them to buy in. I think we should ask Lawrenceburg to
Tourism?
buy in them. Yeah, it's CVB, I'm sorry,
Okay, yeah.
Visitor and Convention Bureau. Honestly, I'd like to put Lawrenceburg on there without any cost, because I think we'd be smart to do that, knowing about the water plant. We want to be their friends.
I know you do.
We want to be their friends. Anyway, but that's $99,000.
Yeah, for this.
We were hoping the state of Indiana had a program last year where they'd match 50% of it. That program is gone. So actually, there's discussion that we might use the riverboat for that this year. But, so,
Is that in Indiana grant?
I don't know what Mike said it was.
Yeah, they have in Indiana, if you, have their little emblem
It's on
anywhere on there,
signage or something.
then they'll.
But it is really cool, guys. I think
Yeah.
it'd make a big difference, and,
Yeah.
but again, just saying that's what we would use this year. But we don't use riverboat funds all that often. Matter of fact, I asked Becky to reduce it this year, but she kept it the same amount, and we'll use part of that as the match from the council.
Hey, Beck, y'all just brought up water, so I'm looking at page 11, Riverboat, water utility planning. Like, can you talk to me about that? Is that for
Vince, can you take that one?
planning to do something with the water utility? I just,
Well, we've been talking to, American Structure Point about,
right?
what our options are. So we've looked at redoing the plant in place. We've looked at redoing the plant going towards the 512 Ridge building. And the third is making some kind of a agreement with Lawrenceburg. And we are in the final phases of that at the current moment. So we
Final
should
phases of having the
report,
information
the
for the, okay.
report done, yes. So,
Yeah, we've been talking about that for a long time. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So that's what that is for. The water utility planning, the 100K.
Becky, it's on your computer. That's why you can't find it.
What?
Shane's request.
He didn't send it to you?
No, you showed it to me. His response is, I had sent it to Becky. It's honestly probably an unreasonable ask right now with the decrease in funds, but I will send it to you, so.
That's smiling.
Huh?
I'm just smiling.
Hey, Becky, under Riverboat, you want me to wait till you're finished? Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, no worries. That's fine.
Did you get into yours?
Are they racing tonight? Yeah, it's a rescheduled event.
And there's another one, right?
One of the big races got canceled earlier this year.
These are all the races.
Yeah. Can't remember what it was called. What's it called?
I didn't know they were racing tonight.
Yeah.
You find it, Becky?
Sprint cars.
Yeah, let me, I'll print a copy for everybody. I'll make copies for everybody.
Racing now.
What's the 3%? He's here.
You see
And that would be no, that's the 3%. This would be 6%. I just
Right.
threw that in there for,
I understand
Just
it.
I'm telling you, I was like, I
That's
remember
understand it.
sitting
Yeah, I know.
and being like,
So,
It was all over.
so Shane currently makes 83.5, I think.
Yep.
Will next year. He's got officers that make more than that. I think he'd like to be closer to the 90.
Can I ask you a question? How does an officer make more now? Because overtime?
Overtime.
Overtime, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. What, Dave, you probably know, what's Operation Pullover? Is it OPO? That's where they make their money, I think.
Yeah.
That comes from the state, doesn't
That's
it?
Yeah,
state,
yeah.
state resources that.
Right, but they do, but it gets paid, we pay them and they pay us back. Is that correct? That sound right, OPO?
Not sure.
I think so. I think that's how it works. They don't get a separate paycheck from the state.
No, I don't believe so, no.
Yeah, right. So,
He can work
Yeah, and-
Operation Pullover.
well, I will say this, and don't you repeat any of this.
It's on
I know.
Live.
I know that. We have 11 officers. All 11 of them are on the road. 10 of them are
That's
on the road
California,
hard,
that's
but in the
California,
morning,
Los Angeles.
Shane is right behind the buses. Everybody goes out. We are,
I'm not against it.
huh?
I can't say enough about our officers. We have great officers.
But yeah, okay, so the average,
So,
taking Cali to us,
Right, gotcha. So he's one to make close to
the,
to 90.
90, okay.
but in LA.
No?
Right.
Give him 90.
It is
What's
overnight.
Give him 90.
I don't have a problem with that,
I don't know what else we're gonna mean.
Yeah,
You got somebody good, you keep them.
Right.
Yeah.
right.
And he's somebody that can,
Right.
give the city a,
I'll tell you what, you know what he
for more
brings
years.
to our group? He brings calm and leadership. He doesn't get excited.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't
I
jump,
noticed that.
he doesn't jump up and down, he doesn't yell and
Yeah.
scream. He's not that guy, right?
Wasn't there,
yeah, he's a steady hand for us,
Yeah.
for sure.
right.
we went with the 6% instead of 3%. It would take it to $86,275.48.
8% is 87,901.
He's 81.
We're getting closer there at like an 8%.
What are you thinking?
Let me read this real quick. I was
Okay.
worried about a pen.
I'd give you my glasses, but then you wouldn't.
I can read this.
And this is showing, I mean, I know it's public info, so Lawrenceburg's at 112, 330.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That's, I
and
mean,
just looked up
is
the
a little bit, but
average.
it's not unreasonable,
No.
you know?
Yeah, I just looked up the average, and obviously, there's factoring in lots of larger states than Indiana, but that's pretty in line.
So has that just traditionally been 3% over the past, or do we?
No, everybody follows the union contract.
Right.
So next year, we negotiated 3%, 27.
But the police chief's not in that,
What?
right? Is
No,
that what he's
everybody,
saying?
that,
Right, but we use that as a guideline for everybody else.
Right.
just So there's,
and 27 will be 4, and 28 will be 4. So it's
Okay.
3, 4, and 4.
I'm not much about percentages. I don't care about percentages. I think we go close to 90 grand as possible and be done with it.
So 10% would put them at 89,529.
There you go.
Do that.
I think that seems
Everybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
reasonable.
100%.
What was that number again? I'm sorry.
89,529. And that's a 10% raise from his 2025.
Got it. Thank you, Ryan.
You're welcome. So we didn't quite hit it, but we're
We're very
awfully close.
Yeah, thank you.
Very, very close.
Maybe you can get some of that OPO money.
Yep.
Okay, well, that's nice to know.
okay. And if we go back to, sorry, the board, is everyone okay with the 3% for everyone but the park board? I know you're not, Kurt.
I think it's above COLA, so.
You just sit back and.
I won't say anything because it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Right.
Let's also go back to the longevity.
Oh, with the cops?
Yes.
Okay.
What, I mean,
What are we thinking?
what do they want?
They were
What
asked.
about my longevity?
Yours.
Oh, listen,
They had some
Mayor.
statistics from Batesville.
They had
got
what?
that for life, sir.
Statistics from Batesville, and they pay $1,000 per year,
Up to 15.
up to 15,000 per year of service. So if I have 15 years, I would get an extra 15,000.
Is that just a one-time bonus a year, or?
I think they pay it weekly. They
Okay, it just
divide
adds in,
yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
So,
Oh, they break it up weekly so that they don't get a huge tag, yeah, okay.
So John Gang, who's the mayor of Batesville, he has lost like 3 or 4 officers within a 1 or 2 year period, and I mean, he lost an officer to Miami of Ohio, and they started her out at 82.5. And so he did this trying to retain his officers, especially with the state police poaching them. You know, so and I think Isaac was very honest with us today.
Yeah, we had talked about maybe offering them 500 per
Right.
year of service rather than the 1,000, just
Right.
as some kind of incentive to keep them.
So do they
Brings-
get, what do they get now? Because I see we're looking to drop at 5,000 this coming year, right? From 15 to 10?
I think I just threw a number in there
Oh,
because we
okay.
hadn't
Okay, it's
really talked, but they get, what is it, it's $1.75 per year of service per week, so it's
Okay.
like a maximum of $70 a pay period. 70
Times,
$1,820 a
Okay.
year is what they max out at now.
Okay, and what are
and
they
10
asking?
officers
So if we
potentially,
maxed out at,
not, because chief wouldn't be included, right? Or would, no, you probably want,
Chief does not, I don't think the chief is included in longevity pay.
he does,
is he
Does?
included? Okay.
yes.
I didn't think he did.
Well,
How
what
many
kind of,
officers?
do you know what kind
10
of hit we
and then
take?
chief?
I looked at it quickly and it was like 30,000 total,
That's if you did the 500?
yes. That would be the difference in what they get now versus what the 500 would be.
So an extra 20,000 from your budget.
So we'd add 20,000 to that number.
Yes.
I mean, I think as time goes on, kind of like I mentioned, it's harder and harder to keep guys anymore, and you want
Well-
those well-trained, long-term guys that have that experience.
Well,
on your force.
Ryan, it's a cost to replace them.
Yeah.
You-
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have-
training
You
and-
have to figure that in, because that's where it hurts. And not only that, Ryan, not only do you have the cost to train them, you got to cover the overtime to cover their hours.
But they
Right.
gotta- yeah, but they
Yeah.
gotta go up to the,
And then the wear and tear on the other guys that are trying to keep it up.
Sure, right?
Folks,
I suggest we just go up to the 20,000 for this year.
Increase it to 30 total.
Yeah.
I would be in agreement with that.
Say that again.
From 10, what you have budget on that of 10,000, make it
Oh.
30?
Yep,
To align with that.
okay.
At least it's a start, it's showing effort, even if it's at 500, and we can continue to discuss it as, you know, we move into next year.
So I think that covers everything that I had my notes.
Well, there was one more thing for the police.
enough.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, that was easy.
the 84 versus 80. Well,
Oh,
there's two more things.
got two more.
One was paying the FOP, paying their,
Oh, their dues?
no, their legal fund,
Yeah.
which if we have a shooting, we're gonna hope they have it. Because that, everybody gets involved then, right?
And how much is that?
What, 238
230 per
year
officer.
per
per year.
officer?
So they pay it on their own now. They said some take it, some don't. So,
Extra
Right.
2,500 a year.
this is where they opt in, it's not a union, but it's the other fraternal, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
Pam's
FOP
still,
It's the FOP legal fund.
legal fund,
Yeah.
okay.
So let me just ask a quick question. If
Sure.
if they do happen to get into a shooting, the money we put in there covers their lawyer.
Yes.
We don't have to pay anything. Is that what you're telling me?
I think it covers them.
they're personal.
Instead of us having to pony up a lawyer for them. Does that make sense?
No,
No.
Okay. If they get into a shooting while working for the city of Greendale,
okay,
Yep.
there's gonna be legal ramifications.
right,
And that's where the FOP legal fund comes in. They provide the lawyer who deals in this all over the United States
They provide the lawyer for that.
for the
Okay.
officer.
Okay.
We don't
and
have,
we're gonna pay, I see what you're saying.
we don't
okay.
have to provide one for him because he,
That's what I was
Because we
getting at.
pay.
That's what I was wondering.
you know,
I got-
we pay that an hour.
Okay.
Right.
and it protects both Greendale and him civilly, correct, or her?
Right, right, so that's where that comes
Yeah.
in. The other ask from our officers was, they work 80 hours every 2 weeks. 26 pay periods a year. The problem is on Sundays, we have one officer on a 8-hour shift for 3 shifts. We have no backup. Now, Lawrenceburg is very graciously helps us out, or sheriff will help us out if especially if we have to go to a domestic abuse problem. You know, that's where it always is the unknown, right? What's going on behind the door. If we go to 84 hours every 2 weeks, straight time, not time and a half on the 4 over, that will give us coverage of 2 officers on a Sunday, which makes it a whole lot safer for our officers. So I didn't realize we were down to 1 officer per shift on Sunday. I think Becky and I were both caught off guard on that today.
Yeah, I thought they did every other Sunday, 12 hours, but
Right.
I imagine better response times for our citizens, too.
Just everything,
Yeah.
better safety.
Yeah.
So,
And what's the hit on that?
what we look at, we looked that up, Becky. Hold on, we had that.
Sorry.
I just like the way you worded it. What's the
I
hit-
know,
what's
it
the
sounded like my dad, it's
What's the hit
just
on
cracking me up, what's the hit
It's
on that?
2,184 hours a year.
Exactly what he would say.
It's two,
63,000,
yeah.
What was it?
63,000 in round numbers.
Are we gonna have to get you a Xanax? Huh? You starting
That's a
to
big
deep
hit.
over there?
He's
It's
not
okay.
That one
breathing.
is, that's a little harder to digest.
I'm just taking
if-
it all in now.
So obviously I have some experience in 12-hour shifts. What if they rotated those days, so they didn't all take them on a Sunday, and maybe one officer gets it on a Monday, one officer gets it a short day on a different day of the week? I know that's a little bit harder administration-wise, but if it saves 60,000,
I think they've just got to the point where their schedule where they're comfortable.
yeah.
Because they've had a terrible schedule for such a long time. And that's why we lost a lot of the officers, and then just a couple of years ago, I think they,
Well, it wasn't until we got a new chief
and
who was
they,
willing,
to listen and,
new chief and clerk treasurer who were willing to make this happen.
yeah.
Prior to that, they just drew a hard line in the sand, they wouldn't let it do it.
Just in my dispatch days, we would rotate that. Some people would have it on a Monday, some people would have it, you know, Sunday. Just to lessen that burden, or you'd say, okay, from 4 AM till whenever, you know, you're gonna have less calls, and that would kind of be the time you might go light.
Yeah, I wouldn't wanna upset their schedule right now. I mean, that'd probably not be a good idea.
I would agree with you.
Yeah.
But $63,000 is a lot of money, but we need
You're
coverage.
coming around.
Well, yeah, I mean, we need the coverage.
Yeah, that's right. We need the coverage.
I don't think it's right for an officer to ever work by himself, even though Lawrenceburg's down the road, but what if they're busy?
Yeah, that's right.
Then you gotta wait for a sheriff who could be up and bright.
Well, he brought that up. On Sundays, 3 sheriffs covering the entire county. Good luck with that.
And Sundays are high volume days because people are home.
Yeah.
So if people are bickering, they're bickering on a Sunday. The football game didn't go well, and it's, you know, downhill from there.
Lost money on a bet or
Right.
something.
Not the right chips and queso?
Yeah, yeah. Where could we, I mean, let me ask you a question, Becky, can we take that money from your insurance money?
Like page 11, there's service, I guess it's capital outlays. You got 120,000 budgeted for recycling that we haven't spent. I
Yeah.
know that's riverboat money, but we haven't spent anything from that line in 5 years.
What is it? I'm sorry, say it again.
Recycling.
Recycling.
Page
Yeah, but
11.
the thing is, Ryan, we
Like-
can't be using, we
Yeah,
gotta
that's
be careful
riverboat, though. I
using a
just saw that.
riverboat for operations. We'll be in
sure.
worse shape down the road.
Right.
Right.
And that was
Where
a
consolidation comes in.
potential,
Is that truck
On-
replacement?
truck,
Yeah, the
yes.
loader arm thing.
We're,
So, but we budget that last year and this year, like,
I'm gonna, hey, guys, while we're discussing this, I'm gonna be honest with you. We're going to do a deep dive into sanitation starting, probably October, November at the latest. And,
Deep dive in it.
yeah, deep dive, because we keep coming up to this. It's the same old thing. We are not covering our costs in sanitation,
Right.
so.
We need to raise prices.
Well, it's more than that. We need a 5-year capital plan. We need, you know, one of our trucks is a 98, the other one is an 06 and a 2017. And the 98 has got holes in the side of it that garbage is falling out of.
That's a problem?
Yes, Dave, that's a problem.
Don't we have a street sweeper,
Keeps
just
the
sweep it
street
right up?
sweeper.
Yeah, right behind you.
Dave's here.
So,
Well, I guess one thing with the legal fund, it's around 2,500. You said 238 per officer. We have 10
I
police
think Pam's
officers.
a pretty big leader in the FOP too, and I think that would probably.
I say
her as
put 20, or put whatever that is for the legal fund in there. That's not, but I don't have an answer for the 63 because I don't know where the money comes from.
Do you have suggestions on that, Becky?
I don't,
Okay.
I don't.
I
mean, I-
just know you know the numbers better than any of us
Mhm.
probably.
Can we chew on that one for a little bit? I'd like to take
So the
probably a deeper
salary,
dive into this.
yeah.
And,
I would like to have the salaries nailed down by the next council meeting,
okay.
so we can,
okay, and you'll be gone next week,
I'm
correct?
gone next week,
Yeah,
yes.
so if you've got any questions, send them to me. I'll do my best to answer them. I don't have all the answers, but I will.
That doesn't mean you're gonna text her though, right, on vacation?
No.
And wait, and have you talked to Chief about the one person being on
Sundays,
Sundays?
we have
We
not.
just
This-
had that meeting
we-
like at 3
It was
o'clock.
at 3
Okay,
o'clock
I
this
just-
afternoon. That was all new to us.
That's a pretty big
Was that
deal.
was that a patrolman that brought that up?
Well, so Isaac Vine, who I really have a lot of respect for.
He's a good officer.
He's a good officer. He really is. He's the officer at the
Is everybody?
fishing derby, measuring fish and interacting with the people. He's that guy. So he asked, initially, they wanted to join the FOP so they would have a voice to negotiate for the police officers, and Becky and I met with him, and we're like, hey, how about instead of joining the FOP, put a list together of things maybe that don't work for you guys or work better for you guys, and come speak to us, and that's where we are today. We're working through this, trying to figure it out. So, kind of where we are.
Yeah, I think chewing on that and bringing Shane into that conversation would be helpful, just to
Okay.
get some insight from him too, as kind of the supervisor and leader.
I can ask him, not a problem.
How long have they been on their current schedule? No.
2 years.
I never knew that. That's the first I've heard.
That's when they
It was
switched to the
20
12s, right?
2022.
That's what I was.
Only one person
Yeah.
on Sundays.
I think it was 2022.
That sounds right to me too.
That's upsetting.
Because I think Kendall and Jeff worked that schedule for a little bit before they left to Ohio County.
That's a good question.
Is there any other way to bring in other income? I mean, have we talked about?
Take it
our-
out of safety lit?
Well, and again, maybe we can, but, you know, it's, they pick up, there's guys driving by every Tuesday and picking up people's, you know,
Well, there is a-
brush and stuff, and it's like,
I'm glad you brought that up. There is a way to do this.
Well,
why not, why shouldn't there be a fee for that?
Okay, hold on. Let's,
we cut 93 from 911 and our local out of safety lit.
Yeah.
So
we could take out safety lit.
we could pay that extra.
Okay.
Pay another, we pay 2 officers out of safety lit right now. If we moved a 3rd officer down there,
That would cover it.
that would cover.
Okay.
But we'd have money previous, in the following years for this too? Or is that,
Depending on what the 911 does.
Depends on what the
yes.
contract becomes. Okay.
And also, we expect the fees next year to come back in line from the governor.
Is that safety lit?
Well, this is safety that we're talking about taking it out of. But Isaac brought up, a lot of cities have a police tax on motel rooms. Okay, but, so that goes back to the,
CVB,
yeah,
CVBG, whatever.
yeah.
You want me to ask? I mean.
Always.
I mean, but you want that coming back to us.
Well, see, that's the problem, guys. So we have 5 motels, soon to have a 6th one, am I right?
Yep.
Yes.
Right? And all that money goes to
Yeah.
CVBT, whatever,
whatever it is.
whatever it is,
Tourism.
tourism. And we take the lion's share of the problem. We take the lion's share. We don't take,
True.
we take a beating.
I
Our
always-
officers take a beating.
I've always said we should have a hotel tax.
And you take
Or-
all the traffic through your jurisdiction.
I think you can do a local
To the
tax.
casino.
Yes.
I mean, gosh, every time we go to Indianapolis, what do we get? We
Oh.
get taxed to death.
And you don't even look, it's just
You just
what
pay
it
it
is.
and move on. You don't even know what it is.
I don't know how that works, and I'm assuming,
That's an Anthony question, and we
Yeah.
probably need to have him look into it. I think
I
we
don't
ought
know
to
why
do
we
it.
wouldn't.
Well, you know, Becky and I were talking earlier today with the officers. They leave the boat on a private drive, make a right turn onto a public street, Greendale's problem. So the point they get on that interstate, it's Greendale's problem.
Even a little bit on the interstate, it's Greendale's problem.
Yeah, exactly.
But also you have Perfect North Slopes, same thing.
Yeah, you
They're
got all that through
skiing, they're
traffic.
staying-
Yeah.
They're staying in hotels and
Right.
that, yeah.
So I think,
I mean, Greendale officers are probably top of the line of the DUI arrest in the whole entire county.
We got one of them is, you don't want to get pulled over by him. Not good. He must be able to sniff it.
So Becky, are you saying, I mean, do you still want to chew on it with the
Well, yeah, I think we
63,000?
need to talk to Shane.
Okay.
well,
I will.
okay, go ahead, but if Shane's
Yeah.
okay with it, I think the 63, I think coming out of safety, that would probably be the perfect scenario.
And doesn't safety lit, don't we get that per home we have, per residence?
Well, it's.
No,
it'll-
local income tax. Safety, local income tax. That's what LIT stands
So
for.
it's
Why
based
do I
on
think we
income.
get more safety lit when we get the apartments?
Well, if they continue to work here in the county, then we
Oh,
will.
okay. Okay.
we're getting more property tax when the apartments
Right.
come in. See, that's, going back to that safety net, that's the problem. Our residents leave. They go to work and cross the state lines, and that becomes the problem.
But we also get from people that come in, that work here,
Right, that's where we get,
yeah.
yes.
For people that don't live here but work
And we're
here,
gonna
we
have
get
some more
that.
down here, more
Exactly, that's
development.
redevelopment, working their magic and bringing jobs.
So I think, yeah, I think to talk to Shane, and if he's, gives his blessing, safety net, and
Mike, I think you were thinking on the safety lit, the new German factory is gonna bring,
Oh, okay,
that's where the money will come.
okay.
One last question,
he does
can
that.
we do that at straight time?
Yes.
Or do we have to do that at overtime?
It's like-
No, he told us it would be
Okay.
straight time.
It-
Yeah.
okay.
I'm sorry.
The extra 4 hour, no, go ahead.
we get that in writing.
That's-
He
that's
said
what
it was
it's-
straight time.
Mm-hmm,
He did.
Do
Austin doesn't
we
say
still
much, but
get
he's,
we will get the opioid settlement funds still? Like, isn't that a yearly thing for a while?
yes.
Okay.
I
Do
don't
we-
think it's as much, but
it's
Right.
diminishing.
it is,
Right.
it is dwindling.
It's still at 12 grand, isn't it?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Did we give that to
Close
Casa?
Yeah, throw it in there.
We gave our build-up, we had kind of built up some funds because we hadn't spent them for the last 3
And
years.
Shop with a cop.
Shop with a cop and,
Yeah, they
yeah.
get quite a bit.
Might wanna start
And
keeping
Casa.
that for salaries.
Yeah.
well, it has to be, you can only use that for certain.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
earmarked
yeah,
for
yeah.
specifics.
So, and then the 350 for roads,
Yes,
is that, are we
that's
community
CCMG,
crossings
Yeah.
next year? Is that the goal there?
yes.
What's that?
The
350?
350 for roads?
That
road
would be,
projects?
we're gonna go from Cemetery to Broadway.
Okay,
And then we'll, from Broadway to Kansas would be part of the Stellar grant.
yeah.
And then we're not gonna pave in front of Anthony's house. We're gonna put a lot of potholes, make him really appreciate it.
We need to pay Beckett Landing, good gracious,
Yeah, well, there's, yeah, okay.
old, bad.
Well, we're gonna have a PACER study done here shortly. So the PACER study is where we,
Taking cart films running around.
well, we evaluate every road, so. Chance is PACER certified.
Gotcha.
So we'll have that done.
And the fire chief gave us the budgets the same as last year?
I still have to review that with Shannon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's still contingent.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see.
So that, that second fire chief is still in there in anticipation of Shannon maybe retiring. We set it aside in the budget, didn't use it at all this year, but
Okay.
They haven't pushed for that anymore,
What's that?
second fire chief?
No, because I think EMS has got, they've hired they've got 2 EMS guys on full-time. The whole,
no, I don't know.
I may be wrong, but I think they have 2 full-time guys on in the house, all 7 days, 24 hours, and they help cover fires as well. And that's being paid for through the county, part of that
Yeah.
sharing program.
I'm not sure we would heard it by now, but.
Yeah, I don't think, I'm gonna say we probably don't need it right now. I think we're good.
Where's that at? What page?
So there is still a little bit of work to do on this, but
Not much.
not much. I'd say it's 97%.
Really easier to understand, I'm telling you, this is.
Much better. Hey, just let everybody know, I
Great.
sent that email out. I am going to, at our next council meeting, I want to ask for a motion. If it gets turned down, it's fine, no big deal. I mean, but I think that the groups that are getting riverboat funds, where is it? Here. So it'd be redevelopment, Main Street, parks, I guess the mayor, I'm not sure about, but I really think that we should have, I think Becky or the clerk treasurer should have a budget in front of them by July 31st, voted on by that board, and turned in an itemized, I mean, in my opinion. I think it's just good business. I don't know, and a little bit it came up with the parks, is we can't decide what they do with the funds, but yet we're giving them. I mean, between Tree City, 150, Tree City's 180. I mean, it's American Blooms, so 195,000. You know, I just think we should, redevelopment should do it. I mean, I think it just should be voted on that board acknowledges this is the money they're requesting from the city every year, in my opinion,
And then we have the opportunity to, you know, yay on their budget or nay on their budget. Because, you know, and I'm agreeing with Mike, you know, it's been made very clear to us, 2 meetings ago, we are in charge of this money. That's the only thing we're in charge of, money and ordinances. So if that's the case, we need to be in charge of it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to just answer emails, just, I
That's
like
fine,
to like
yeah.
have, talk to, like, us to be able to sit down and talk about it. I'm not opposed to it. I mean, and I thought it was general practice that the, you know, everybody would at least give a budget to you so that you could see what we're working with. So,
And you know what most of us are working with, right? Like those groups, or no?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I was gonna say, I think, I mean, you do.
Redevelopment's never given anybody anything. We just
automatically give them to her, well.
Well, it was a
250,
$500,000, 250,
250,
now it's 150.
Without knowing what
Well,
they're gonna
yeah,
spend.
Angie used to.
Well,
Did she? Okay.
Yeah, she
okay,
did.
Okay.
I was gonna
okay.
say, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Yeah.
And, you know, all of your, department heads give you a budget, right? To
We
be
go,
put
over-
together.
this is what we use to,
Right.
yes.
But I'm saying we,
Right.
who approve the budget, should see their budgets.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm saying that it wasn't that she sees it, we just hadn't seen it, right?
Right. And the other thing I'll ask, and I haven't said anything to Linda because she's not a voting member, but this past year on Stellar, we had ability to try to get some funds for parks, and Bright Meadows Parks got a few $100,000, but we had to have a master plan. And I can't believe that the city of Greendale does not have a master plan park.
I think if you talk with her, she'll explain to you why we don't.
But we need,
Like-
but to me,
No.
that's not acceptable.
Mhm.
I don't, you know, because, again, so the person I talked to was in charge of Great Parks of Hamilton County,
Mhm.
knows parks and everything, and when I talked to him, I didn't ask him about, he goes, I wouldn't know why any municipality would not ever have one, because you can't get any kind of grants without a master plan.
Right.
And I think, you know, I think redevelopment, I haven't asked him yet, but I think we could, I'm assuming that maybe Mike Perberg said the county's doing one, because they got those funds. And he said it's around $12,000-15,000 to do it, and I could ask redevelopment to pay for that.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I mean, did she tell you
I'm saying
why?
that she has a reason why they haven't, and she's
Okay.
aware of it, so you could talk to her.
Okay,
and,
yeah, that's
like,
fine.
she will give you an answer why. Whether you agree with that answer or not, it's entirely
Okay, yeah,
different,
that's
but I
fine.
think
Yeah.
if you were to ask her, she does have a reason why they haven't done it.
Okay,
And
yeah,
I can't tell you what it is, I don't know.
I'll reach out to her, because I am gonna make
Because
that
I
as
sat
part
through
of the.
those stellar meetings.
Yeah.
I know that I've seen the benefit of having those park plans, and I was confused why we didn't have one as well.
Okay. And that's something I'll make as a requirement for them, the park, to get a riverboat next year.
And along those same lines, the city master plan,
Would include some of those items.
yeah, should we spend some money to get that updated?
Did we not, when did we do that last?
Well,
It was
this is not the year to try to do it, 26. I mean, 27 is, I think could be a great idea.
We did it, I did it,
Yeah,
so it was
comp plan.
like, yeah, was it 23,
23, wasn't it?
yeah, maybe 2023? I mean, it should
I-
be sitting
I'm-
right
I'm
here.
all
Don't we
for
have a
that.
copy of it right here? Hold on. Actually, I got it, I have it digitally. Give me a second.
I think that would be a good thing for everybody to revisit, because,
On what we're planning to do.
I mean, it's supposed to be our decision-making guide.
yeah.
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 Haven't looked.
I don't think it's that outrageous.
And I know Ryan, yeah, I was gonna say,
I don't think
Yeah,
it's
I'll
that
send
outdated
you-
either.
Thank you.
Aaron, send it to everybody.
I'll send you both of them, because I have an email
All of
for, I'll send everybody, I mean, I'll break it up, right?
Yep.
So we're legal, but I'll send you the Main Street one too that we use for Stellar, so
I
you
know
can
we
see
had a
that.
Main Street one, I
Yep.
remember seeing that one.
yeah, we printed that one out and everything, but,
I think
but
even if you
yeah.
had like some requirements as far as transparency in those budgets, at like each department or the heads would give that, I think at least us knowing the big picture of the, what are the big buckets
Right.
is helpful to make informed decisions.
And also-
In
and
Linda's
also-
defense, she, just breathe. In Linda's defense, she went 2 years without any money. Zero.
Oh, and I'm
Right,
not
so-
against that our parks are phenomenal, and it's something we brag on, it's just something I think we need to have. Why would you not be able to go after grants? That's,
So, but, and I definitely am in agreement with also like a deadline, and I know that all of the boards and committees, and they all have different timing, but like for Main Street, we have to provide to, our reports, our reporting, all of our, what do I wanna say, financials. So there's no reason why, and we can't make informed decisions without it. But I think it's a good idea to have a deadline, like, we should all get it by this, because right now, we're behind the 8 ball. I mean, not that we're in trouble, but right now,
Right.
we're running to try to read this, make sure, and I don't wanna, like you said, we have 2 things that we're supposed to be doing, ordinances and money. It's this.
Been very well pointed out to us.
Well, and I think with, Linda, I agree, does an amazing job from what I've seen in my years of living in this community, and is selfless with it. But we also want to set somebody up behind her to succeed as well. So I think this is good work for the future.
Well, good point. We are the only, we don't have a park, a paid park director or employee, but what we do have this coming year, we negotiated into the contract, is a parks working foreman. So, which would be, it'll be a bid job, Randy will most likely bid for it.
Yeah.
But it's like Nate, so Nate orders his own material, he's responsible for overseeing his,
Parks lead, I don't think we called it, didn't we call it Parks lead?
I thought it was working foreman. Either way, it's the
doesn't
same
matter.
idea, right? But we gave a 50-cent bump for that position.
Right.
Because she's wanting to step back from all her responsibilities and let Randy take it over, so.
We'll have discussion after this is over, because I've heard things too, and that's probably not for this, but.
who does that person report to? Who tells, because we're,
That position.
and Vince, on that, you said it's a new position, but we're already paying a person as a park person, that's
Yeah,
their job.
We have a park.
So
we-
we're not.
We have a park,
Employee.
I guess he's just an employee, right? A parks employee.
So we're not creating a new position, we're just kind of recategorizing it?
We're creating a new position because then, now we will have parks working foreman and a parks employee. But that parks employee is really a dual role. If there's not work in the parks, he goes over Civil
Oh.
City.
That's good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And who do they report to?
Which one? Parks?
Either one,
The
or
park
parks.
foreman, the foreman.
Who do
Park
they?
foreman reports to, he would report to Chance, Director of Public Works, with the direction of the Parks Department.
Okay,
So,
but they do report to Chance.
yes, they will be reporting to Chance.
But that's where we're gonna have the discussion.
Great.
Okay.
That's where the discussion comes in.
Becky?
Yes.
Great work, Becky.
Oh, thank you.
You're gonna kill me for trying. It's a
See how
slow
you get
process,
there,
Pam, you and Pam.
Did you,
I just wanted to let y'all, give you guys something to look at, right?
no, you're right, thank you.
Oh, and then, wait, do I not have enough?
There should be 5 of those, is all.
Aaron, I got a question about
So
this
Becky doesn't have one, maybe.
Blocktober
And there's the-
party here.
Yes,
I know you moved it to Homestead.
yes.
So I drove over there the other day, just taking a gander and looking around. Where in the world is everybody gonna park? Everything's a yellow line over there.
Yeah, I guess their
Sorry,
financial
we
report.
have one shy on the,
Oh.
but we'll send you,
Oh, okay.
we have
Yeah.
extras of these and then,
Yeah.
here, Beck.
See, Mike, you asked, you shall receive.
Thank you.
Yes, yeah.
So they will park around, around the park. Not everything's yellow.
Oh, yeah, all the way around that park is yellow.
So on the one-way street, that's where we're gonna have the, food trucks. And then, I mean, they're gonna have to park on the hill, they'll have to park around in the neighborhood. I mean, it's just,
Why do we move it? Why'd you move it? Oh, we're gonna have to go through this again?
so, Yeah.
Okay.
but,
Came up.
yeah.
Well, make a final decision where you want it, for sure, because if I'm gonna pull off this electric Houdini shot deal you guys want tomorrow, I think I got it pulled off, but just tell me,
And
Tell
listen,
me
it's not,
that's where
it's
you
not
want
my
it, Aaron.
gig. It was my question. I've just happened to take a look around. And I did have a few people ask me.
Right.
They said, this is absolutely ridiculous to have it on this side of town. We put it in the center of town. That draws people to the middle. People drive by on their golf carts on Allen Avenue. They're gonna see what's going on down there. Hey, let's go see what's going on down here. Nobody drives over by Homestead,
Well,
except the residents, which is a beautiful park they get to
And the
use.
feral cats.
And the feral cats, yeah.
right, well, but it's a brand-new park, and we're highlighting the brand-new park, and that's
Okay.
what we're gonna do, and I'm glad that you're gonna give us some input on where we can put the stage. Thank you.
I won't
sir.
have input. I already gave you my input on that.
are you thinking about putting the stage by the rock on the,
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
back side of it?
I put up on
That's
top
where
of
we would
Robinson
do,
Drive.
Right,
That'll be perfect.
okay. Okay.
But think about when you go to, fireworks WBN, you park 1,000 miles away and walk to that. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
See? Get your exercise, get your steps in.
Okay, so Aaron, just to give you an update on electric, I'm gonna meet there with, with Linda again in the morning. We're gonna go over it one more time. She's gonna give, as long as she gives my blessing, gives me her blessing. Sean and I have a plan to make this work with pedestals.
Okay.
We'll put 2 pedestals in,
Okay,
one for the stage and one over by the, where the flagpole is,
yep,
so you'll have power at both.
okay,
Does that work?
works for me.
Okay, just so,
Do you need anything from Pat, or no, are you good?
Pat.
My husband? You asked me.
Yeah, I may
Okay.
need some help from Pat.
Okay,
I'll-
so,
But I'll know tomorrow, I'll let you know.
Poor guy.
Okay.
which one? Hey,
So, okay, we'll get through that.
are we good?
Yep. Anybody got anything else?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, again,
Budget Workshop 101, y'all.
yeah, Becky's gone next week, so any questions, send them my way. and
Just
I-
text
Where are
her.
you going?
and I
Gulf
will-
Shores.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
We
good.
have to vote to adjourn.
Think of us while you're gone.
We probably should.
But yeah, you guys can email me, I'll get them when I get back.
Yeah, I have the money spent through last council meeting. So if you guys have any questions on what the actual numbers are, I can give them to you. So,
On your 13 by 25
he's got
paper.
paper.
Oh.
hey,
That was another, thing.
I
I
can
would like
see
to
it.
include that in the council, in the financial packets every month. But it's, how many pages is it?
oh, this one's a lot.
It's totally up to you guys.
It's
If you wanna see
21, I
that,
think.
I'm,
That's year to date.
This one's year to date.
Listen,
No,
you
just
can
put
send it to us electronically.
I'd rather have that
Then I can control F. That's perfect.
Yeah.
big. Because that darn pad, you gotta keep swiping over, and I gotta turn it this way and turn it that way, and shit, it just doesn't work.
I would like
Print one out for
electronically.
Kurt.
Now
Hey.
for me.
Print one out for Kurt.
We still
Okay.
on.
Special needs.
Yeah. We still on.
yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right,
We need to
motion to adjourn.
So moved.
First, do I have a second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Don, turn that off. Okay. All right.
So,
Wait, hold on, hold on a second. Hold on.
Please turn
Oh.
it off.
Miss
Yeah,
Feral
no,
Cat.
turn it off. Yeah, sorry.